Welcome back to the Always Thinking Mindset channel, where we give you positive vibes and simple rules to achieve your goals. Now, in today's video, we're going to discuss on the pros and cons of hiring a property manager for your rental properties. But before we begin, if you like today's video, if you get value from today's video, give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm. Don't worry about it. You don't have to hire anything. You don't have to hire anyone. Just hit that like button. And also, if you love this channel and then you already know what to do. So let's go ahead and get started on the pros and cons of hiring a property manager. Now, the first one shouldn't surprise you, right? Property managers, I don't know if I met a stellar one there, but anyways, it involves money. What do you mean money? The money is the pro, the fact that you get to pay, you get to save money because on top of that, you're giving somebody else the authority to do decisions on your behalf for your rental property. So the pro is you're given time, right? You always pay money for time and time for money. You can never have both. I haven't met a human that does this, but when you pay a property manager, you're expecting a result in the end. Sometimes they don't fill up to their promise. Now, the thing with the con is going to be with the property manager is you're paying him money, right? A lot of them charge 10% on monthly rents, and people think, oh, that's 10% on monthly rents. That's nothing. No, they charge you for a service call, a setup fee, leasing fees. They got all these fees, and they'll show you in their contract, or they should show you. But hiring a property manager, it does take money. And I guess the saying is right. It takes money to make money. Now, if you're one that you're able to handle a few little properties and maintain records, then good for you. You're able to do that, just like me. And it's not hard. Once you get those reps in, you're able to just set up a system, try to keep it systemic, and just keep it going. If you're just one that doesn't want to deal with tenants, doesn't like anything, just wants to invest, then you should look into a property manager, right? But which leads me to my second rule of time. Time is the ultimate factor here, right? We're all busy, we're all working, and at the same time, if you have time, good, then you'll be able to manage these properties. You're able to put your finger wherever it needs to be. But the pro with time is that, people that are busy, they don't have time. They're out there making money and they rather hire someone like a property manager. Like I said, a lot of property managers, they're not created equal. You have some really good ones, some mediocre ones, then you have the ones that are just horrible and you're paying them constant check. But it's up to you in order to review and do your due diligence on anybody you hire, right? And just because they say they do property management doesn't mean, they know everything. Some just get into it just to get into it, and they hope to learn through you. And with that being said, I've experienced my share of property managers. I've had to train some property managers. Not only that, I've had other investor friends say, why you hire a property manager? You're paying someone just to coach them. On top of that, they always go through you and come back to you anyway. So you gotta take in the good and the bad, the pros and cons, which leads me to the con that, if you don't pay a property manager, you're gonna have to deal with everything, right? If you're gonna have to deal with the tenant, collecting rents, eviction processes. There's so much that goes into rental properties that people think it's just money, 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 which is good, but it comes with time and energy. And it's up to you as an investor whether you want to delegate your duties and let somebody else handle it. And that's where a property manager comes in. And then the last one is management, right? That's the last rule. Management. What do you mean by management? Because not all property managers are created equal. Like I said, you're going to have experienced folks, but they're going to charge you an experience rate. And then on top of that, you're going to have a okay property manager, but he's going to charge you an okay price. So you pay for what you get. On top of that, many property managers, depending on what it is, sometimes it's a company, it's an individual, and they get in this realm of, okay, well, it's more of a reactive. So let me give you an example. A lot of the times something happens, then they call you, and then you got to make the decision, and then the funds get transported. But that's not why I'm hiring a property manager. For me, I want to hire someone to pay them for those problems to make the decisions ultimately. Yes, anything major, I get it. I have to be involved. But why am I paying you? I'm paying you to get back my time, not to supervise a property manager. But anyways, like I said, these are the pros and cons of hiring a property manager for your rental properties. Consider all factors, just like this channel, right? We discuss a few points, but on top of that, you have to understand that investing takes time, patience, money, and if you don't get that, then you probably shouldn't be in the game. But let me know what you think on today's topic. If you love today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm. And if you love this channel, which I think you do, unless you're a property manager that I dealt with later, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, we will speak soon.